postseason baseball. It's Game 1 of the American League Division Series between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Shane McClanahan will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Well, Matt, the first thing we're going to find out is how well this guy pitches with little sleep. I can't imagine knowing that you're going to be the next day starting pitcher the night before. This is a young guy making his first start. Listen, you can only make your debut one time, so there has to be lots going on in this guy's mind. Hopefully he can settle down early and pitch well in his debut.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. Strike one to start the at-bat.
Okay, 7:05.
And there's ball one. Two balls and a strike now to the Yankees leadoff man. Now the 2-1. Hit on the ground to third. Right to him. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, one away. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on DJ LeMahieu. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
To the plate now, Luke Voit. As he'll take a look at ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Hey, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires throughout the league. Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good teammate is every day he opens that door. Is he consistent? Can I count on him? Mike Fillmore is the exact same way behind the dish.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw on to first, two gone. Two down, no one on base. And that'll bring up the former American League Rookie of the Year, Big Aaron Judge. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Just missed with that heater, but even if he wanted to swing, I don't think he could have caught up to that one.
And a fastball upstairs here that runs it to 2-0.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
3-0 to him now. And we're just underway from Tropicana Field. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Into the windup and the pitch. And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
And digging into the batter's box next will be Giancarlo Stanton. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. He's set and the pitch. In the dirt here, and no advance. It's ball 1. Judge, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fouled away. The 1-1.
He's having a really hard time finding his rhythm and finding the strike zone. It's going to allow this offense to keyhole him in big situations. He's got to figure it out pretty quick.
Three balls and 2 strikes to the Yankees DH.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Giancarlo swings, and this ball is hit well into left field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A long 2-run homer off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. And this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion in the postseason, and he did right there.
So that brings up the big bat of Joey Gallo. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2.
Hey, down 0-2, he better be leery of this guy's nasty changeup. He has the ability to bury it down and away or down and in wherever he wants to. So you got to be on point with this one.
0-2 count and the pitch.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
The 1-2 pitch. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Yankees get a couple on the 2-run home run. Bottom of the 1st coming up from the Trop. It's now 2-0 New York. Jamison Taillon gets the call in hostile territory here for Game 1 of the division series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Now to the plate, here is Brandon Lau. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The second baseman, Brandon.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. And he fouls this one off. Now the 1-1 pitch. Taillon has a reputation as a strike thrower, although that doesn't often result in a ton of strikeouts. A typical start may find him with a low walk total and the ball in play a lot.
Matty, he's what they call today one of those pitch-to-contact kind of guys. He has good stuff, not great stuff. He relies a lot on his defense, and one of the keys, he's not afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. With that said, he needs some defense behind him because he's not going to get a whole lot of swings and misses.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
That brings up Wander Franco. And he puts it on the ground to second. But that finds its way through for a base hit. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Batting first, the first baseman, Giancarlo.
Ji-Man Choi the next to hit. Pitch is high. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second.
It's not easy to steal on a catcher that has a good arm, but he did just that and beats that throw at the second base.
Now the 1-0 is a fastball that misses.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the 3-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
Two balls and a strike to the Rays first baseman.
Hey, this pitcher better be careful right here. My man at the plate is not trying to push something to the opposite field.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Struck him out. And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the participants in this year's playoffs.
Cruz.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. First pitch on the way. Two out here and a runner at second. Hit high and deep to right center. Gardner on the move. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Rays strand just the 1. They're down 2-0. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the second baseman, Glaber Torres.
For me, this is an important add-on inning here. Their little lead is cute. I like it, but keeping the pressure on, building that lead, that's how you bury someone.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0, center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Hey, I couldn't tell from up here if the hitter was taking all the way or sitting fastball and just got knee buckled. Either way, that was a really good curveball right there. Move on to the next pitch, but have that in the back of your mind.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
One of the big advantages to pitching ahead in the count if you're a pitcher, because you have to cover both pitches if you're a hitter. You have to cover the off-speed and the fastball. And in a 1-2 count, you might be sitting off-speed, and what happens? He gets the fastball, and he can't catch up to the express.
So now to the plate, Gary Sanchez, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Low and away as he misses again, 2-0.
Now ball two. Back-to-back breaking pitches. I think if right now you really have to try to get the best pitch you can get in the zone, you have to throw it right here.
3-0 now. Into the windup and the pitch. 3-1.
He must know something we don't know. That was a center cut heater with count leverage in a big spot. I don't understand why he's taking.
1 out, nobody on. And a good pitch there as they come after him, and the count goes full.
Hey, that's the modern game right now. North-south. Elevate that high fastball and bury stuff in the dirt. Completely different from the east-west we came up playing.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Gary Sanchez goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Gardner.
So here's the veteran Brett Gardner. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better. That evens it up, 1-1. Now the pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Franco is calling for it, and that will end the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3 as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, it'll be Austin Meadows as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. First pitch on its way. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. Fouled off. Another 2-2 offering. Tapped out in front of home. And there's one down now.
Batting sixth, the right
All right,
fielder.
boys, let's take a look at how the Yankees are setting up on defense today. And let's focus on outfielder Brett Gardner. You need a center fielder, he can play there. You need a corner spot, he's got that covered too. He has baseball acumen, awareness, a savvy for the game. Even if the offense lags a little bit, defense is always on point.
Here's Randy Arozarena as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Down the left field line and deep, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Got him.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Wendell.
Joey Wendell digs in now. And a ball, 1-0. They'll try to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
1-1.
That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. He'll try again. 1-2. Slider whiffed on for strike three. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. The love of the game runs deep with these folks. Back with more from Game 1 after this. Now to the plate, Gio Urshela. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third.
Shortstop, Gio Urshela.
First pitch on the way. He grounds it sharply to third. Scooped up. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Now batting, third baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And they'll start in with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0. Inside corner, a ball and a strike.
Well executed fastball right at the knees. Going to be a long day for this offense if he stays in that spot.
Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one.
One of the things every pitcher wants to do is make sure that those hitters aren't very comfortable up there. See how he runs this hard one in right here? That's a pitch you just want to try to get a hitter to move his feet a little bit.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Looked like he might have gotten squeezed a little bit right there, and you know he's talking to himself in his head about it. That kind of stuff goes both ways, though. Hitters get their fair share of crummy calls going against them, too.
Into the box, Luke Voigt, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 0-1.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
The 1-1.
You know, I think he's having a hard time with that curveball right now, and that's part of the reason why he struggled early on in the start. It's so important to have command of those secondary pitches, or hitters just start sitting on the hard stuff.
Here's the 2-1 to 2-2 now. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Runner at first with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up the big bat of Aaron Judge. From the belt, the pitch.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
Here it comes, 0-2. And this one's in the dirt, and he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2. As a look, now the pitch. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
And he got him. 1 left for the Yankees, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, it'll be Mike Zunino, and they could use a spark from him here.
The catcher, Mike Zunino.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
And it's fouled away. The 1-1 home. Misses, ball 2. All even now, 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside.
You do not want to walk the 8-hole hitter. It just opens up so many options. Do we bunt him over to second with the 9-hole hitter? Do we try and play for that big rally with the top of the order coming up? This is a huge pitch. You can't allow this guy to walk.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Next to stand in is Kevin Kiermaier. First pitch on its way. Zunino gets his lead at first, nobody out. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
Three and 0 now.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
The 3-0 pitch. Now a chopper to first, might only get one. There's one. Out. On to first, and they turn the double play.
That's good athleticism here by the pitcher getting off the mound. He gets the ball to first and then hustles his way over to the bag to help him wrap up the tough 3-6-1 double play.
Into the box now, Brandon Lau. As he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He went down swinging to start the home first. There's the big breaking ball, and it's by him for a strike. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
Don't be shocked if he doesn't go right back to that same pitch. You could tell he jelly-legged him at the plate a little bit, froze him, but just missed the zone.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Another full count pitch home. Swing and a miss got him reaching. And that ends the inning. Nothing doing for Tampa. They trail it here 2-0. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with the Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, Heidi, thank you. All set for the start of the inning, and standing in is the DH, Giancarlo Stanton.
And that home run he hit his last time up, he isn't going to forget about anytime soon. He absolutely destroyed a fastball.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Oh, and not a swing for the bubblegum card there. It's 1-1.
Man, that pitch had the look of a fastball. Straight changeup, and the bottom fell out of it.
Two and one.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. Ton of rotation on that ball. You could almost see the red dot from up here. Nasty death.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
Here's Joey Gallo now. Hit sharply on the ground. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting his baseball back.
Glaber Torres.
Next up will be Glaber Torres. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. 2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, that's one of the toughest pitches to lay off. A hard breaking ball at the back foot. Tough take on a terrific pitch.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. So the runner stays at first here with 2 away, and that brings us to our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And boy, which of those 2 numbers leap out at you there? How about the 100? My goodness. Now into the box, Gary Sanchez struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
0-1 the count. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Oh, this is what you get fired up for right here. Hard fastball against a power hitter. I know he was late right there, but if he comes back, this one might not come back.
The 2-2. In the dirt here, and almost had him, but he's able to make it back to first safely. Ready with the payoff pitch. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Here's Brett Gardner now. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. First pitch coming. Here it is. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike one.
Lifted down the line in left. And Meadows makes the catch for route number 3. Yanks strand a pair, but they're on top 2-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here comes the 5-tool middle infielder, Wander Franco. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. There's a breaking ball that he didn't quite get on top of.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
The 1-0 is laid off for ball 2. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Fouled away. And he fouls this one off. The next 3-2. Popped him up. Voit moving to his left. 1 out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Standing in now, Ji-Man Choi. As he'll take a good look at a curveball that sweeps right across the zone in there for the first strike. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Good fastball there. Didn't get the swing, but the guy at the plate isn't someone who chases many bad pitches.
Fouled off. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now. Just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
And that'll bring up the big stick of Nelson Cruz. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And another foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball one.
Talk about frustrating as a pitcher. You make a great pitch like that, and the guy just lays off of it. That barely missed the zone.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Tied him up there as this is softly hit down the line. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. Rays go in order. 1, 2, 3. They're still down. It's 2-0. And now in the box, Gio Urshela. He bounced out last time up.
Gio Urshela.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. And this is going to be a foul ball. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Here comes the right fielder. He can't get there as it falls in.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
In now, DJ LeMahieu. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Oh, up around the chin there. 2-0.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Softly hit out to short. That's his first base hit. Make him 1 for 2 now.
That's grown man strength right there. Able to take a fastball inside and muscle it out to center field for a base hit.
To the plate now, Luke Voigt. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0 delivery.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Urshela on second. LeMahieu at first with no outs. And he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now. From the belt, the pitch. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. On to first, and they get the double play.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here's big Aaron Judge. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's set. Here it comes.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
Back up the middle and in for a base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 3-0 game.
Hey, with that base hit right now, the lead's 3-0. And the way their pitcher's going, D-Row, that might hold up in this one.
Yeah, and you're well aware of it, Dan, as an offense, just trying to put those extra runs across the board. You can take a look at the guy on the slab, toeing the slab. He's on fire right now.
Now here comes the Tampa Bay manager out to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll depart here in the 5th after working just 4 2/3, and he's on the hook for the L unless this one turns around. Josh Fleming takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning. Giancarlo Stanton now. Giancarlo swings, and this ball is hit well into left field. Meadows moving back, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So a 2-run homer down the line in left, his second home run of the game, and that'll stake the Yankees to a 5-0 lead now.
Well, the skipper called on him for a reason, and I can guarantee you one thing. That was not what he had in mind. First pitch, and it was out of here. That's a rough way to start your day at the office as a reliever.
At the plate, Joey Gallo. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Meadows moving back. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning, 2 on this 2-run home run. Middle of the night from St. Pete, 5-0 New York. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, Rays manager Kevin Cash talked to me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Now at the plate, Austin Meadows. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can tell in between innings, the veterans in that dugout going up and down the line, trying to keep this lineup from getting super frustrated. They just have to find a way to piece it together. Maybe pass the baton, get some wheels in motion, maybe get aggressive on the base pass if they can get somebody on.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Started to go around there. Looked like he held up in time. No, strike 2, says the third base umpire. The 1-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. No one on with one down, and up next will be Randy Arozarena. First delivery to him. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. 2-0 now.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
And this one's over at the knees, 2-1.
I tip my hat to the batter right there for taking that pitch. Most guys would have definitely been swinging in that situation. 2-0 fastball, but that was not in the zone he was looking for. Move on to the next pitch.
Line toward the gap in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the third baseman.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Here's the first pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Gallo comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the catcher, Mike.
Runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mike Zunino. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Oh, that's too high.
The 1-0 is looked at for the first strike. And it's fouled away. Arozarena leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Looks at a fastball low here, and it's full, 3-2.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Payoff pitch home to Zunino. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again, 3-2. Another full count pitch home. Is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. 1 left for Tampa. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. And that'll bring up Glaber Torres. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. First pitch on its way. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. The windup and the 0-1. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. This is foul right side. Here he comes again, 1-2. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. Fouled away. Again, he sends it out of play.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Line shot to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Next, it'll be Gary Sanchez. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike one. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. One and two to the Yankees catcher. One out, nobody on. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Here's another 1-2. Easy take there on the sinker, well off the outside. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And that's the second out. Two away now in the Yankees' sixth. And up next, the left-handed hitting Brett Gardner. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
2 balls and a strike to count. 2-1 home now to Gardner. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. So here's Kevin Kiermaier, and through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, they're definitely just not having consistent quality ABs. The game plan they had coming in hasn't worked, and I'm interested to see if they're willing to change it up a little bit.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. In there, strike one. Kiermaier is often heralded for his defensive capabilities patrolling the outfield. So much, in fact, it's not uncommon to hear the word elite when used in talking about his skill set. So I guess it goes without saying that his pitcher teammates always appreciate having him out there behind them.
Yeah, he just seems to be in the right place at the right time. I don't know if he could see the signs from out there, but it almost seems like he gets a jump before the pitch even reaches home plate.
Reined in, and the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Brandon Lau.
Next up is Brandon Lau. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Not close. It's 2-0. Three and 0 now.
Well, that backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's a very effective pitch. If you can hit the outside corner of that pitch, it's unhittable.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep. And this one is gone, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. As they get on the scoreboard here, it's 5-1.
Well, they're still down, but this homer right there might light a fire under the whole team. Give them a spark to climb back into this thing. We'll see if this gets them going.
At the plate now, Wander Franco. He swings and sends it in the air out to left center. Gallo comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Giancarlo.
So 2 outs now in the Tampa Bay 6th, and that brings up the corner infielder Ji-Man Choi. First offering on its way. As he'll lay off a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. The 1-0.
That's ball 2. A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Here it comes, 2-0.
3 balls, no strikes. Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
Into the windup and the pitch.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
3-2 now. Now the payoff pitch home. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. 1 for the Rays on the solo home run. The 9 1-2 hitters due up to start the 7th. It's the Yankees 5, the Rays 1. So now to the plate, Gio Urshela, 1 for 2. He grounded out first time up and followed that with a base hit. Now the pitch. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
It's pretty tough for a hitter to go up there looking for a first pitch changeup. And a good job of dropping it in for strike 1.
Swing and a liner. But right there to glove it is the shortstop for the first out.
Now batting, the third baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
So back to the top of the Yankee order. Digging in, DJ LeMahieu. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball 1. And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike 1. 7th inning here in a 5-1 ball game. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here's the pitch. swing and a shot toward right center. Arozarena is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luke Voigt.
Next to dig in, Luke Voigt. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And now the first pitch. Check swing called strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on, but a base runner here feels like it would really change the complexion of the inning.
Big spot right here. Middle of the order guy is coming up. Let's see if he can extend the inning.
To 1-2 now. High and deep to right center. Arozarena will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Number 63 gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Number 63.
Now it'll be Nelson Cruz, 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
For the Rays, the designated hitter, Nelson Cruz.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
Counts even at 1-1 to Nelson Cruz. The 1-1 home. Hit on the ground to short. Scooped up. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the left fielder, Austin.
Stepping in next, Austin Meadows. No hits to this point. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And he fouls this one off. Line to the right side. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far.
Now batting, right fielder, Randy Arozarena.
So now to the plate, Randy Arozarena, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. Hit high and deep to right center. After it is Gardner. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Joey.
Up next, Joey Wendell. He flew out in his last AB. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking heated.
1-1 the count. From the belt, kicks and deals. Meadows is off of first with 2 away. Ball 2. Started to go around, but it's a called third strike anyway, and that will retire the side. Rays strand just the one. They're down here 5-1. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the former American League Rookie of the Year, Big Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Now here's the first offering.
Nope.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
They're going to probably stay away from this guy. He's got so much power, you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate. But I think when pitchers try to be too cute on that outside corner, they might leak one a little bit inside, and this is where that guy would jump on.
The 2-2. Weak grounder down the line at third. And the off-balance throw will be too late, so a good effort that time, but it's an infield single.
Up next for the Yankees.
Hey, I can only take you inside the mind of the batter right here. Had a lot of swinging bunts in my day. Soon as that ball hits the dirt in front of you, you are getting it down the first base line. When you smell a knock, I don't care what it looks like, you are getting it down the line.
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate again and looking for home run number 3 in the ball game. His second coming back in the 5th. He's ready now. The pitch. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
The 0-2 once more. Popped him up. Choi is under it to make the catch for the first out.
The batter, the left fielder, Joey Gallo.
Now to bat, Joey Gallo flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Pulled toward right center field. Long run for the right fielder. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Up next for the Yankees, the second baseman, Glaber Torres.
So next to bat will be Glaber Torres. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. And that misses. 2-1. Chopped weakly to the right. The 2-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Yankees 5, the Rays 1. Zach Britton is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Mike Zunino. First pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss at a pitch well off the plate. It's strike 1. Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Line to shortstop, and there's 1 away.
The batter, the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. In previous meetings with Britton over the years, he's just 1 for 6. From the stretch. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this one's down the middle, a ball and a strike. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Kiermaier now.
Hey, boys, he's lucky he's getting this pitch back right here. That's normally a wipeout pitch down and away. He hung that one. It looked like he almost confused the hitter.
Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball. The 2-2. One out, nobody on. Hit down the third baseline. Another try at 2-2. Fouled off. Now another 2-2.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball 4.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
Digging in will be Brandon Lau. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the first pitch.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
The 0-1 delivery. Hit down the line at first. To second for 1. On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. So they breeze through this half of the inning. We're on to the 9th here in Game 1. The Yankees lead it 5-1. Colin McHugh enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. All set to start the 9th in this one, and the next to bat, the Dominican-born catcher Gary Sanchez. McHugh's ready. Here's the first pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike two. Here comes the 1-2.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a solo shot here for Gary Sanchez, and it's now a 6-1 ball game.
Man, you could see the center fielder tracking the ball the entire way. He thought he had it, and he might tell you he should have had it, but he just couldn't bring it back into the yard. Sometimes it's a game of inches, folks.
Stepping in now, Brett Gardner, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. With this one almost in books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
High in the air down the right field line, and this will wind up a foul ball. Bounce down the third baseline. The 2-2. Giancarlo is on deck. Now the payoff pitch home. He loses him on ball four.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
That'll bring in Giancarlo. First delivery to him, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Comes set, and the 0-1. Gardner on at first, nobody out. Yankee shortstop behind in the count 1-2.
Hey, if he's going to execute that curveball, and that's the first one of the day, if he's going to execute it like that, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a big pitch for him today.
And he struck him out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
In now, DJ LeMahieu. Ball one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. 1-1 the count now. Runners on first with one down. And that's taken up and in for ball 2. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. And that's in there, base hit. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
Now batting, the first baseman, Cruz.
Into the box now, Luke Voigt. I tried to hold back on that pitch outside, but went around for strike 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Sometimes guys get a little less aggressive pitching with a couple runners on base, but not here. That was 2 good fastballs to take control of the bat and get the count to 0-2.
Hit sharply toward the right side. That's in there. Base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on.
J.P. Fireisen enters the game with 1 gone in the top of inning number 9. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
After fouling off the second one, I got to step out of the box, adjust my batting gloves, and tell myself there's no chance he's tripling up on that pitch.
Here it comes, 0-2. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here, no balls and a strike.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
Ready with the 0-1. Clearly off with his timing on that one, a swinging strike.
He put himself in a good position jumping ahead 0-2 with the bases loaded. Now we'll see if he can finish it off.
2 out, bases loaded. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And there's strike 3, so we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. Yanks able to add on 1 more via the solo home run. The last chance for the Rays coming up. It's now 6-1 in favor of New York. Chad Green, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Wander Franco will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. Now here's the pitch. swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he needs a little discipline here. 0-2. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. On its way, the 0-2 pitch.
Nope, that's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Beautiful backdoor slider for the punch out right there, guys. When it's tight like this one was, it looks like a fastball off the plate, then darts back at the corner at the last second. Locked him up completely with that one.
To the plate now, Ji-Man Choi, as he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a swing and a miss at the hard splitter, even at 2.
He knows full well he's sitting on a hat trick right here. All he's trying to do is avoid the golden sombrero.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Wow, he's just a lost cause in this one. That's the 4th time he struck out in this game alone, and that's not something you'll forget very quickly. That's about as bad of a day as you can have.
At the plate, Nelson Cruz, as he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Cruz awaits the 1-0, and it's fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch. Tampa down to their final strike in this one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And tonight's comes to a conclusion, 6-1 the final. So the Bronx Bombers jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Jamison Taillon earns the victory on the mound. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been